Alright guys, welcome back. It's been about a week since I did my last video for this thing. I actually tried to do a video like a little bit ago, but then my phone stopped because I'm using my phone for recording these videos, and I was 16 minutes into it. So I usually do 20-minute videos and then 20 something about it like that. And then it stopped because my phone ran out of memory, so I had to delete a bunch of stuff so I can continue recording. But anyway, this is my F-15E Eagle, Strike Eagle by Revell, 148 scale. It's been 5 or 6 weeks since I've started. But anyway, since my last video, like you see here, I've gotten a little bit done, well, quite a lot done in a week. I've gotten the air brake on there and it in the open position. I thought it would look a lot better like that, as you can see on there. Then I've gotten the canopy painted, put together, and all the parts and detailed for it and to it. I've also gotten the front windshield done for this. Gotten it painted. I've noticed that I've had to use a black enamel paint for the windshield because I'm using a gunship gray Model Masters acrylic paint, and it will not work if you just spray it on any type of plastic without putting some kind of primer or enamel coat underneath it. So I figured that out when I was putting together my canopy over here. I put a coat of the gunship gray by Model Masters. It's FS36118. So when I put this on there, when I put this paint on there, it was coming off when I was masking around the canopy frame and the canopy area, so the paint was just peeling right off, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I decided to put down this, which is a tester's flat black coat, which I used for the whole model for the black basing technique. And that worked, so I figured out the problem. I fixed it. I went on and I got that done. The speed brake over here, or the air brake. I've also gotten the landing gear on, so it's freestanding now. It's freestanding now. I gotten the back landing gear as well as the nose gear on there. I don't know if you could see it very well, sorry. I have my phone on a tripod, and the only way I can use it is when it's turned around and I can see what I'm videoing. I also got a tripod so I don't have to use it, so I don't have to put it in my hands and it be all wobbly and shaking, so it's a clearer image. But the thing is, I can't zoom in while I'm recording, which is a bad thing. Maybe I'll, once in a while, when I want to show you something really detailed, I'll take the phone off the tripod and zoom in to pieces and parts I'm talking about. But overall, it's been a great build. Had no huge issues. I also gotten the external fuel tanks paint black based for with the tester's enamel flat black paint. I've gotten the gunship gray on there, and I've weathered them. And with weathering, like I showed you in my last video, was using a enamel wash by AK Interactive. This is just natural gray enamel wash by AK Interactive, and I've used that for the external fuel tanks, and I have a bunch of other pieces painted over here. As you can see, it looks like a porcupine. Like all my sidewinders, my exhaust pieces, as well as the ladder, and then the tail hook, and all these extra little tiny pieces that belong on the pylons that hold on like all the bombs and all the whole loadout if you were to have that. And again, talking about the loadout, nothing but the sidewinders came with this kit, which I was really disappointed. I wish more had come with it. Like even 2 GBU bombs would be cool. Those are my favorite. Or even cluster bombs, anything like that. Mavericks. Those are cool. But nothing except the sidewinders came with it. So I'll be putting those on, and maybe I'll be adding on the bottom here a couple cluster bombs that I have from my previous A10 Warthog. So I'll be putting those on there. Maybe, probably not. I'll get too lazy and then just be excited with the finished model. But anyway, like I've said, I've got the canopy done, but not everything put together, so I'll have to do that later. I've gotten a lot done today. I've gotten these, like I said, black base on them, and then painted, weathered. I've gotten the canopy put together. I've gotten the Mavericks painted, the sidewinders painted. I got the front windscreen on there. So not a whole lot. I've also been helping my brother start his first car kit. He's doing a '58 Corvette, 1958 Corvette, and that's his first kit, so he's working on it. So I'm helping him with all the detail and all the work. And all the techniques and tips and things. So I've been spending a little time doing that. But overall, this kit is great. And I'm liking it. Maybe I'll be giving it to a friend or something. My brother also wants it. He really likes this kit. Or maybe I'll just be sticking it on a shelf. Thing is, I don't have any shelves or like a cabinet that is sealed, like with glass and mirrors, where dust won't get in it. So I'll have to blow it off or dust it every once in a while. And I do that with a lot of my kits, and I just use the Office Dust Off electronic duster. It's a compressed gas duster, so you just shake it and spray it. It's pretty easy. It gets the job done, so I don't have to blow on there and maybe get spit on it or something. I've done that. I had to wipe it off. But that's how I clean the dust off of my models. So anyway, I've also gotten the pitot tubes on here, and the little knobs in here. Sorry, you can't see it very well. Little knobs in here that stick out. I don't know what they are. I haven't looked into that, but I've just stuck them on. I've also done the landing gear wells. I did not use a natural gray AK Interactive enamel wash. I used a landing gear wash. It's very specific, again by AK Interactive. I've used that on right in the wells of the back landing gears. I did not use it for the front nose gear because when I was putting the nose together, or the front part of this together, I did not have it at the time. It was an order, but did not arrive yet. I've also gotten the pods over here painted, black base painted, weathered and then decaled as well. So that took a little time when I was helping my brother out. So I've used this, these two weathering washes, and then these are the primary colors I use, the black and the gunship gray for this aircraft. Anything else that I should state? Oh yeah, I've gotten the lights, the nose gear lights. I don't know if you could see that, it's pretty bright. So the nose gear lights, I got them painted. I paint them with an aluminum color first as the top coat, and then I put a white coat over that aluminum coat, so it should look like a real light bulb or a light head for the nose gear. And then I'll be gluing them on when they're dry, all the way dry, because I tried to remove them once and then I got fingerprints on the paint, so I had to just fix that slightly. But other than that, I recommend this kit to anyone who likes building ones that fit together real well. Not a whole lot of issues with sanding, puttying, or anything like that. But for the wings with the sanding and the puttying, I've noticed that I did have to sand and putty when I had to put the wing halves together. So just right here in the middle. For the other kits, F-15 kits, the wings attach all through here, so I did not have to deal with that whole thing. I just had to deal with this, because this is a whole top on it, and then there's a bottom portion that stuck together. So I just had to fix that, which was no problem. Put it together, make sure it's glued well, putty it, tape off areas you don't want the putty in first, because if you don't do that, then putty will get in. It'll be a nightmare to get out. If you want the weather job to look well, because all over here it's all weathered and looks nice, because I taped it off, and then I puttied it and then sanded it down with 4,000, 8,000, 12,000 grit sanding paper, and got a smooth finish to it. And one other problem that I should have stated in the beginning video, when I did have a recording of that you guys saw, is when I put the black coat on there, it went on well. And then when I put the gunship gray coat on there, it actually wasn't thinned enough, and it just, in some spots, like over here a lot in the middle of the aircraft and towards the front on the right side here, it just dried up before it hit the model. So I did have a problem with putting the gloss coat over it when I put the pledge on, because it just wouldn't get the surface to look glossy. So I had to put several coats and kind of sand it, and put several coats and sand it, and several coats of that. And then the decals, they went on fine. They're not shiny over here. But also on the nose, it was a huge problem for the nose. The paint dried over here before it hit the model. So I did, when I was taping off areas over here, I did find that when I put this decal on and finished it up, I don't know if you can see that, but when I finished this up, sorry, this decal over here, it just ripped right off. So I had to actually repaint it, put a smoother surface down on it, and then luckily I had another decal of this same kit that I did not finish building before. Had to put that on there, but the thing is, when I put my first coat of gunship gray, I kind of just put it in random places and lightly overcoated it, so it would look used. But then over here, when I had to repaint this part for a smoother finish, you can tell that, like, I taped the areas off, spray painted it, and then took the tape off and just slapped the decal on there. So that part looks bad. I mean, I'm disappointed over that. So when you, like, if you do the black basing technique, make sure when you put the primer coat down, it's thin enough. And I also use fluid retarder, Winsor and Newton fluid retarder. It's for acrylics, not enamels, not alclads, anything like that, only for acrylics. Don't use it for anything else if you do get it. But it's a Winsor and Newton's fluid retarder. I use it in my X20A Tamiya thinner. So I added a few drops of that into it, and then the rest of the paint coats went on perfectly fine. And was not drying up before it hit the model, so which was good. I'm coming up on 20 minutes now, so I'll have to just end it. I'll just get to the end here in a little bit. But anyway, those are my huge biggest problems with this kit, is the painting problem, which was my fault. Had nothing to do with the kit. That was just me not being careful. So it also made the weathering for this kit difficult, because I'll probably be doing a video of how I weather an aircraft with my next build with this stuff, so you guys get to see. If any of you use this, you probably already know how to use this, but if some of you don't and would like to, I'll be doing a video with that and posting it on my YouTube channel as well. I just created a YouTube channel. It's called Murder Inc. Models. Again, Murder Inc. Models. I posted a couple videos on there, which I've gotten a few a few comments and a few views on it, not a whole lot. But if you want to check it out, go ahead. I'll be posting videos of my next builds and updates of every single thing when I have time, about my upcoming builds and problems and just techniques and solving things and tips and tricks and stuff like that I've learned over the months, I guess, because I've only been modeling for like a year now, almost a year. I've gotten a long ways. My aircraft actually do look really good, except where when I mess up on a few things, of course. But overall, I am really happy with the way my kit is turning out. I did an A10 Warthog before this, 2 of them actually, and they were great builds. Few fitting issues, but nothing I couldn't fix. And for the people who collect a lot of models, what I have to say, the thing I have to say about it is, it's better to use that money and upgrade your building material, your paints, your thinners, your airbrushes, your compressors, etc., things like that, rather than just stock up and open kits, and maybe never even build them, and hopefully having some luck selling them when they're already open. But yeah, with this, I only have 2 kits currently. I'm working on this one, and I only have 2 other ones. One is open because I'm going to be starting on it, and then the other one is closed, so it's still wrapped in plastic, and I will be building that later. But my next kit is going to be a F-86 D Saber. Sorry, light on it. It's just flashing and annoying. But anyway, going to be doing this kit. I've looked at the pieces when I unwrap the plastic. It is a really, really nice kit. As you can see, the skill level is 3, so like one higher than things like the Warthog, the F-15 that I'm currently working on, and it is 1/48 scale. I don't build anything smaller because of detail, mainly, because I have my very first kit was actually a 1/72 scale, and it sucked. I'll tell you that. It was a piece of crap. But like I said, I've come a long way since then. But this kit I got for Christmas of 2015. My brother gave it to me, and I will be doing all the video updates for this, as well as how I do a few of the things that you might not know or that I'd like to show you. I am going to be painting it an owl-clad color, so it's going to be a, I don't know if you can tell, hold on, it's going to be an owl-clad polished aluminum. So it's an owl-clad 105 polished aluminum. So I'll be painting it with that and all the weathering, of course, and probably the black basing technique for it as well. Can't wait till I get started with that one. It has a really, really nice pieces, and it's super detailed and recessed panel lines, which is 100% good. I mean, I like kits with recessed panel lines way better than the raised panel lines. Although I have noticed on a couple aircraft, real aircraft, I've been to air shows and things like that, museums, that they do have raised panel lines, some of them in a few places, and some in as recessed panel lines in a few places. But I like the recessed panel lines. It's a lot easier to work with all the weathering. No issues with that. So that's my favorite. Probably gonna shelf this kit. Like it, I like to look at it. It took a lot of work getting this thing like towards the finish line. I'm not finished with it, but yeah. Hopefully I'll be finished with it this week. Like I said, I have school, which I have to get ready this week for a math test and then to deliver a speech next week. So I have a lot of homework to do. But I will be doing one more video for this thing, of the finished product. And then I'll be posting this one on YouTube, and I'll be posting that next one on YouTube as well, on my own channel. But yeah, it's my build, my kit, like it. Everything is really going really good. No fitting issues or anything like that. Painting is pretty easy and fun. Weathering has been pretty easy, a lot easier than I thought. But yeah, I've also had the time and tools. I've been purchasing a few tools that have really helped me with. And if any of you know Flory Models YouTube channel, I've ordered a Flory Models dark dirt clay wash, which I'll be using for probably my another aircraft in the future. I've heard a lot of reviews and seen a couple of his videos and people using that wash. It just, after you have the thing sprayed with a gloss coat, you just literally just put it everywhere with a thick brush all over your aircraft. Wait for it to dry for 30 minutes to an hour, and then wipe it all off, and it'll be just dried up and stuck in the panel lines, and it'll really make it pop out. But yeah, so all my tools have been great, have really been a lot of help. And paints, I've also been purchasing paints. I'm using enamels right now, but I'm trying to switch to acrylics. And I have a lot of acrylics, so it's like a half and half right now. But I'll still be using enamels for like black basing because it works as primer as well. But yeah, this is my third, fourth video, something like that. And check out my YouTube channel, like I've said. I have a couple videos on it. Subscribe if you like. You don't have to, but like I said, I'll be posting more videos and how-tos, things like that on there. And but yeah, check that out, and see you guys hopefully next week, next weekend, or maybe later this week. And next video I'll be showing you the finished product, and hopefully you guys will like it. I've really loved this build and have really enjoyed and appreciated all the tips, tricks, and comments that you guys have been talking about. So when I post that, check it out. Watch this one. Comment anything you'd like to say about this build. And I will see you hopefully later this week or this weekend. All right, thanks. Bye bye.